Hey friends, Dan Przaski from All About Mini Bikes. How you guys doing today? It is beautiful weather here in Michigan. It's just sunny and gorgeous and cool, and the right kind of temperature you like for riding a mini bike, especially if you wear a helmet. And I was doing some of that yesterday. Actually, I did some work. I mostly had some fun free time yesterday on the go-kart, so I had that out. I was running real good, so I took it around the neighborhood and down out of the way a little bit where I could ride it off road. And then after working a bit on the Motovox, I think I got to get another carburetor for it. Something must have got down there in the jet because it's not running real good. And I was trying to take the jet out and clean it and stuff. It never gets it all the way, and it's just painstakingly you do it over and over. So anyway, but the big thing that I was doing today, I wanted to get the Ramjet fixed up right, as we talked about for the exhaust system. I talked about that last week, and so I was thinking about it and had somebody comment to me. They said, "Hey, why don't you get a Z bracket on there?" And I thought, you know what? Never thought about that. Maybe I'll do that. So I went a couple places and I couldn't get a Z bracket. So I bought this. Man, I wonder if it's in my pocket. Hold on, let me see here for a second. So I was up at a hardware store, Ace Hardware, up in Lambertville, because hardware stores are great. They'll carry everything for you. That stuff like Lowe's and Harbor Freight, not Harbor Freight, Lowe's and Home Depot don't. But so I picked up this type of bracket, and I thought, I can run this on. I'll show you on the pipe. I can run it and then run the other bracket that I have to it. I look at it. I thought, well, another idea came up, and yes. So at one point in time, I was going to run a bracket. Okay, right, a bracket, and run this one up there and run it to it through a screw. But as I took a look at it, I thought, well, wait a second. The problem is I had 3 holes in this here bracket. This one had 3 holes. And when I put it on, none of them lined up with that hole. So I thought to myself, well, why don't I just drill another hole in there and run it through? Now, the little ingenious thing is because when you do it, you put it on and you're like, I didn't have a Sharpie small enough to fit through the hole here that would fit all the way through and show me exactly where to put the hole. So cleverly, or at least it was cleverly, what I did was I took this flashlight of mine. What I did, let me show you here. Now it's not going to work exactly for me, but what I did was I took the flashlight, I turned it on, and see if I can get the dang thing to go on with one hand. And there we go. And what I did was I took it and I shined it through there, and of course it left a marking round there we go. It left a mark there through the center. So all I did was took a little red Sharpie, lined up as best as I could. You see there's a little play in there, but not much. So I took that Sharpie there, and then I put a little mark, which what I thought was the center. And of course, after I did that, I brought it over here to my vise, and I just started with my smallest bits, and I just ran my way up on size. Just kept going up and up until I had the right size. And so now what I did, let's see if I can find it here. What I did with it. One thing about this that I hate throwing things away because you never know when you're going to use them. So some people call me a pack rat or whatever, but I will keep all kinds of nuts, bolts, screws, anything I get. It doesn't matter where I get it from or what I get it from. I don't care if it's some piece of furniture I put together. I'll always save stuff because you never ever know when it's going to come in handy. Now, I had one that's not perfect. Let's see if it's in my pocket maybe. And that one. Not in that one. Yep, let me see where I put it, friends. Hold on. Crapes, it was right there by my drill. So this one here won't be the exact, but anyway, this is just one I had in my storage up there. So let's see if I can get this right. unscrewing it. I run it through there now, as you can see. So, and I put this on here, but I can't do it while holding this at the same time. Now, all I'm going to do here is I'm going to get myself a type of a big fat rubber washers, or washers as big and thick as I can get, and put it in there, so when I put it there, it'll have a little bit for vibration. And I'll just tighten this one down. Now, it's not the most prettiest. I could actually, I'm definitely not keeping this color, and I may go with black on that also. We're going to see. That's not so important right now, because you can see this bike is kind of scratched up and everything else. So I'm not looking out for restoration. I'm looking out for riding it. But anyway, that's exactly what the heck I did. So I actually didn't even have to go out and get that piece, and I thought and pondered over this for the longest time. But again, I'll get one that's shorter, just fits to here. I'll get rubber washers, get some really big thick ones, and I can do that. Might even have a few laying around in that, and that will get that up. I'm kind of glad I didn't have to get rid of this bracket either, because of the fact that I think this might be an original bracket. I'm not sure. My brother has a Trailjet. This is a Ramjet, but they were the same bike. So I'm going to look on his and see if that's his setup or not. Again, he has more problems with his bolts coming out of there. Now, I haven't had any, but I can see this vibrate. I can see it vibrate a lot when I'm running. So I know eventually that's shaking. And if it keeps shaking and my nuts, these screws don't get loose, then I know what's going to happen is that right here, and that joint's going to take the brunt of it. So anyway, that's kind of what we call, what we always called, or I remember them saying, was Shadetree mechanic meaning. But you know, that's one of the things. I wish Sarah would have been here with me for this one, but she was working. And the reason why is because one of the lost arts of things these days is how to fix things, how to sit there, look at it. And it might take a while, and you might make a few mistakes, but the whole thing is just sitting there looking at it and then figuring it out and fixing it and doing it, getting it done. Not taking it anywhere or anything like that. You know, I had different ideas. They were all going through me. And there it was. It was the most simplest fix. And that's what we did a lot when we were kids there in the 70s, early 70s when I was doing this. Is that you had a garage and you just kept things and you learned how to fix things. I don't know. You did it on your own. You were a kid. Maybe your dad wasn't around. He was working. Or in case my dad, he worked third shift, so he slept during the day. And we had 10 kids. And so, you know what? You were on your own a lot for getting things done. But it was really, really good because you learned a lot from it, and it carries over into old age. And I think that's the thing that I'm trying to also give to my kids. That, you know, it's hard not to want to help them. To just kind of want to do it for them. It's sometimes one of the toughest things, but you just sometimes got to sit back and let them go. And I find myself doing that quite often. But in the case of this, I wish you would have been with me. But anyway, so it goes. Hey, thanks for watching. Maybe boring, maybe not, but I like doing stuff like this. I also had a video on YouTube I did where how I changed my, took a link out of my chain on my mini bike. I got that on my YouTube also. It's totally unconventional, but when I was a kid, we had to take a link out. We didn't know about link removers or anything like that, so I sat there and I thought, and I found a way to do it, and I did it. And guess what? It works. It's a long way around, that's for doggone sure. But you know what? If you don't have a link remover, it's a way that can be done. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please share. Questions, comments, put them below. Please subscribe if you're not a subscriber. And share our page also with your friends and anybody else who likes mini bikes. So thanks for watching. Have a great one. And it's beautiful out there, so I'm going to do a little bit of riding today, and hopefully you'll do the same. Thanks. Take care.